This is a fan production, done for entertainment purposes only. No attempt has been made to infringe or supersede any existing copyright in relation to Doctor Who, which remains the property of the British Broadcasting Corporation. This feature is made on a strict, non-profit-making basis.
Or Vastra contains adult material and themes which we strongly advise is not suitable for younger listeners.
Believe it or not, I haven't always lived in London. There's a lot people don't know about me, and I don't tend to talk about my past very often. Nah, always look to the future. That's what my Vastra always says. But before I became Jenny Flint, I was Jenny Scarrity, daughter of Miriam and Albert. They ran a travelling circus. We hardly ever stayed in the same place for more than a week. I never saw eye to eye with my parents, and eventually I had to leave. Shh! If Ma catches us this time, we've had it.
Well, you shouldn't be such a rebel, should you, Jen?
I can't help it. It's this life. It isn't exactly exciting. It's all right for you, flying around up in that trapeze every night. Most exciting thing I get to do is tend to the animals.
I'm surprised your mom let you still do that after you let those elephants loose in Liverpool and they started knocking out people in Albert dogs.
Yeah, I didn't really think that through, did I? I think I got away with the horses, though.
You released the horses!
I did.
I swear you just go looking round for trouble.
I can't help it. Trouble's what I do best. I mean, look how we met.
Up in the trapeze, during a show. You just don't look for trouble, you make it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Jen Scarrity. Watch her, is
Falls
she?
from the trapeze swing?
I was having a bad day.
Made even worse when you broke your wrist. But you met me.
Exactly. Jocker, do you ever feel like we were born in the wrong era?
Whoa, deep conversation from you today, I see.
I bet in the future, all this is all right. You know, loving whoever you like, no matter what.
Well, if it does happen in the future, neither of us will know. Can you come back to this moment, instead of having your heads in a cloud again?
Sorry, I do that a lot, don't I?
Yeah, you do. Want to learn some more reading? Or did you have something else in mind?
We're hiding under a caravan. Did you really think I dragged you under here to learn my ABCs?
Well, I can still teach you your ABCs.
How can you make such a simple sentence sound so sexy?
See, what we do is slowly undo this button.
You can't do that here.
Who says we can't? A, B...
Jocker!
You two, out, nah. You two are definitely run out of places to hide, aren't you?
Mr. Scarrity, we can explain. She was just learning her letters again.
No, not happening this time. I'm not believing a word of it. Shocker, back to the tent. Nah.
But Pa...
Don't you but pa me. I've had enough of it, Jen. You've been warned. This isn't right. Women don't do that with women.
But I love her.
No, you don't. Don't fool yourself. I've had enough. You messing around with women and you let them horses loose again, didn't you? Don't even lie and say that you never.
It's not right, Pa. Caging up animals, caging up anything.
Well, it's our life, Jen. It's been our life since before you're born, so stop acting all high and mighty.
Gonna go see to her?
Of course I am. Now go see your ma. Ask her for some money.
Money?
This was your last chance.
Last chance?
You're 17, Jen. You can fend for yourself now. Go find yourself a nice young man, yeah?
What am I meant to do? Where am I supposed to go?
Whatever you like. Use your head. I've got to go see your sister.
So I went to my ma. She gave me suitable money. Enough for a train ticket to London and a few days' accommodation and food. Boarding that train, I had no clue what hardships I'd face and how difficult life would be. Those years hardened and traumatised me. But I needed it all to happen. Otherwise I wouldn't be here right now, sat in Paternoster Row, telling you my story. packed a few items and got on the train to London. It was packed. Apparently everybody wanted to get to the capital. I'd never travelled alone. People kept staring. One man placed himself next to me, sitting a little too close.
Hello, pretty lady.
Good afternoon.
Off to London. By yourself, are you?
Yeah, I'm meeting family at the other end.
You have family in Central?
Sure.
No need to lie, pretty lady. I have a place for you to stay. No charge.
I may have been younger, but I wasn't an idiot. Sure, I couldn't read or write too well, but I knew when a man wanted, you know. I hadn't even made it to the city, and already I was being harassed by a creep. Nah, I'm alright. Thank you for the offer though. He put his hand on my leg and leant in. I could smell the gin on his breath.
I'll make it worth your while, I promise you.
Being in the circus, I had learned how to protect myself. So, I looked him in the eye and reached over, placed my hand on his leg. I slowly ran it up to his groin. Still keeping eye contact, I smiled, then let my fist fall at full force onto his manhood. I stood up and made my way to another carriage while he cried out about my actions. I'd made a list in my head of what I needed to do. Get food, find a place to stay, look for a job. I was free of that circus life, free to be myself. I didn't know at the time how difficult it would be to be myself, especially in the centre. People were flocking to the city in their thousands. So many factories were popping up. You could see the smog in the sky as you looked over towards Westminster. The factory chimneys bellowing black balls of smoke. The air around me stank.
Spare a penny, miss.
I can't right now. Sorry. I don't suppose you know of any lodgings?
Your best bet is Dorset Street. Loads of doss houses down there.
A doss what?
You haven't a clue, have you? Come to London to seek your fortune like some foreigner in a book. Doesn't ever work out that way. Look at me. Do I look like some success story?
No. Sorry.
Best of asking someone else your questions. Stuck up cow.
Always fun to try and find a street when you can't read.
Miss, please help. My brother, miss. He's hurt.
Yeah, sure. Where? What happened?
It's a cab, miss. It knocked him. This way, quickly.
Oh no. Poor love. Hello, I'm Jenny. Your brother, he fetched me for help. Where you hurting?
It's my ankle, miss.
Well, let me look. I can see if I can help.
Sure, miss. Grab her!
Oi! No! What are you doing?
Need
You
to
can't do
London,
that!
miss. Clearly you've never been fooled before.
No, don't take it! You can't have it!
Learn the ways, miss. This is ours now.
Hey, you two! Clear off, leave her alone!
You come here to fool me too, have ya? Well, it's not worth it. They took everything I have.
Young lads, they always do it. Usually works in the toffs. Too nice for your own good, offering to help complete strangers. Doesn't work that way around here.
What would you know about round here? You're definitely not local.
Just been here long enough to know better. They hurt you?
No. I'm alright. I'm usually better at defending myself.
I'm Alice.
Jenny.
New in London?
Yeah.
I've been here about 5 years now.
Oh, hello, ladies. Any of you available for a nice little bit of roll around, eh? Hey?
Oi, no, clear off! Neither of us are tarts. Don't worry, you get used to it. Where are you heading, Jen?
Apparently Dorset Street, but I've just been walking and hoping I end up there.
Well, you were on Dorset Street before being tricked into the alley. You were lucky it was just boys. If you'd like, help you know the ways of the land, so to speak.
How do I know this isn't another trick?
Do you have anything worth nicking left on you?
Don't think so.
Is there anyone else down this alleyway?
No.
Have I threatened you?
No.
You have nothing to worry about. Come on, follow me.
Sorry. I think those lads just made me paranoid.
Or what? Have you got a gaff for tonight to kip in?
No.
And food?
No plan there either.
You really didn't think this through, did you? Right, with my pay today, if I split it, I can get us 2 lots of food from the Sally Ann and get a space in Jim's Doss house.
The Doss house? Yeah, that's what I was looking for.
Can only afford the hangover if it's only my money, though. Will that work for you?
What's an hangover?
Where are you from?
No place really. My family, they ran a travelling circus.
You ran away from the circus. I thought folks were supposed to run to the circus.
I didn't run away, exactly.
Hey, Harold! Harold! Over here!
A long time no see, Alice. Who's your friend?
This is Jen. She's of New Green.
Another newbie. I swear, it's just an endless stream of people at the moment. Irish?
Nah.
Oh, well, that makes a change. I swear, every week we get more. The Irish, the Jewish. It seems to be a theme here in the Central.
How's the leg?
It could be worse. Molly says you got moved downstairs in the factory.
Yeah. Miss Elizabeth made me.
And are you sure that's such a good idea with your toothache?
I'll be fine. Don't worry about me. It'll take more than a toothache to stop me working.
Well, the docs still have to put up with me, don't they? Even with my messed up leg. Don't look so concerned, Green. It's been bad for years now.
It got damaged by a horse.
Aye, they were back into the shade. Never saw them. I was new, not paying attention. Horses kicked out. And a couple of weeks after my Charlie arrived. He's 10 years old now. He's a right sprightly lad. Pain in the arse. But he's got a look on him like butterwood and melt. Works up in the bow with his ma, carting bags of matches round.
I know what you're thinking, Greenie. You don't look old enough to have a 10-year-old.
Oh, what can I say? Myself and Molly, well, let's just say our wedding was very rushed.
Can't keep their hands off each other, even now. It's both adorable and sickening.
Well, I apologise for loving my wife, fellas.
She was barely 16 when she had that kid. She did well, though. Both of you did. Charlie's an amazing boy.
Well, at least we got to have one, eh? Not through lack of trying.
Saved yourself some money. And your room's cramped enough with just the 3 of you.
Yeah, that's true.
Right. Let's get a move on. Jen here needs some grub. Send my love to Molly.
Well, do ya. Nice meeting you, Green.
He's a good lad, is Harold. Come on, Salvation Army's only up the road.
Every day?
Pretty much. When I've got the money. I work in the match factory in Bow. Don't always get paid well. Match damage, talking, basically any excuse for fine us. Or our pay gets docked. But most evenings I'm here for a watered-down excuse to stew. Then over to Jim's Doss house, or Henry's. Unless the weather is great, then I don't bother, and just treat myself to a baked potato.
Treat yourself to a spud and a bed under the stars.
You made that sound far more romantic than it really is.
We used to do that, myself and Jocker. Sleep under the stars. No potato involved there, though.
Jocker?
It doesn't matter. This stew is...
bearable?
Yeah, that.
You have to take what you can get out here, Jen. What do you plan to do for money? I mean, around here, you can just sell your body. And judging by the look on your face, that's not an option.
And hopefully it'll never be. Alice, why are you doing this? You don't even know me.
Why not? Believe it or not, there are good people out there. And apparently you've caught me on a generous day. Plus, you remind me of my sister.
Thank you. For the food. I'll give you the money back as soon as I have some.
I can run you up to Belle in the morning if you'd like. Send you up to Miss Elizabeth. You'll get work with us match girls. How long you'll have work there, though, is questionable.
What's that mean?
Girls, they get sick. Or overworked. Most don't last long. I've been there a little over a year.
Well, it's a start, right?
And now, Greenie, you have the joy of trying to sleep on a rope. If there's still room. Come on.
Sleep on a rope? How the hell do you sleep on a rope? Sleeping on a rope? It takes some practice. Trust me. I'd only been in London for a few hours, and the thought of sleeping anywhere other than my old bed filled me with fear. Honestly, I could have had a feathered down mattress and I wouldn't have been happy. Yeah, Pa had kicked me out, which I wasn't too fussed about. But I already missed our caravan. The bustle of the circus, the people. We were meant to be packing up today, setting off onto the road, making our way to Bournemouth. I'd be in my little bed, squashed up against the wall, having sneaked Jocker in. Ma and Pa at the front, shouting at the horses. Warm, safe, secure. Instead, I was in a cold room, large, echoey. The smell of people, stinking of urine and sweat, having not washed in days. Months. I questioned, would that be me soon? In weeks to come, would I still be leaning over a bit of rope, my arse going numb on a hard bench? No matter which way you sat, you were never comfortable. And to top it off, at 5 a.m. they cut it down. You'd fall to the ground with a thump, awaken as your face whacked the floor in. Then you were off, on your own, onto the streets.
Jen, stop standing there gulping. Go clean out them elephants.
In a moment, Pa.
Don't in a moment, me. Look, they're all trying to concentrate. When them rope swingers falls, we've had it. To the pen. Nah.
Hey, you can't stand there and watch me while I work.
You're shoveling shit.
When am I not shoveling shit?
You should come up in a trapeze at some point. With me this time, though, so there's not another accident. I'm pretty confident I could teach you a thing or two up there. Have you walking tightrope?
You've already taught me how to read, Jocker. Plus, I don't see how swinging from ropes is going to help me in life.
That's when you said when we had that part-time samurai act come, and they taught you how to hold a sword.
Yeah, hold a sword, not throw it around and chop up apples like they did.
Think you could have. You were pretty confident with it.
Imagine me prancing around England with a sword by my side. Never going to happen, Jocker. If I went up in those ropes, Pa would kill me.
You're always in his bad books anyway. Jen, what difference would it make?
Can you quit standing there distracting me?
Oh, I'm distracting, am I?
Stop it. You best go before that rain gets bad.
Rain? It's not raining.
Yeah, it is. I can hear it.
Jenny, I'll take you straight upstairs when we get in.
Straight upstairs?
Oi, Greenie, wake up.
Greedy, get out of your imagination, love.
Sorry, I didn't get much sleep.
You two kept on the rope last night, didn't you? No wonder the new green's tired.
Didn't have another option. Jen, this is Susan and Molly.
Morning.
With this rain, I was just thankful to be inside. Trust me, Jen, sleeping in the rain is not a nice experience.
Are you taking her up to Miss Elizabeth? Do you really think she'll take on another girl?
With the group she fired yesterday for talking, she'll be thankful for the new green. Hey Alice, try and get her on delivery.
You do remember who Miss Elizabeth is, right? She won't listen to me.
Especially after shoving you downstairs yesterday.
Downstairs?
Thinking about it, Alice, you're probably not the best person to take her. And I'm definitely not going to that office, especially if he's back from the country.
If you're too scared, I'll take myself. I don't need anyone to hold my hand.
I like this one. She's not a wet blanket, unlike you when you first joined, Molly.
Hey, I'll have you know I was heavily pregnant when I came here. My emotions were everywhere. I was desperate.
Ex-circus, she said. No wonder she's got some gumption.
Come closer to me, Charlie. Try and stay out of that rain.
I wish it would stop. Trying to dry these clothes in a doll's house is impossible.
Just classic British weather. But it wasn't like this at home. American. Ready yourself, girls. Another day awaits.
Third on the left. Third on the left. Come on, Jenny. M-I-S.
It says Miss Elizabeth. I'm presuming you're here for a job, and that's the only reason girls come to my office. In, don't touch anything. Hands. Name.
Jenny Scarrity.
You'll address me by my name when you answer back, girl. Know your place.
Yes, Mum. Sorry, Mum. I mean, Miss Elizabeth, Mum.
I worked hard to get to this position. You'll respect your elders.
Of course, Miss Elizabeth. Sorry, Miss Elizabeth.
You will be assigned to the factory floor, a balcony position. You will cut the matches to size. You have delicate hands. It should be a good place for you.
Miss Elizabeth, one of the girls, they mentioned something about delivery.
I beg your pardon?
I was just saying, Mum, I didn't...
Do you want this job, Miss Scarrity?
Sorry, Mum. I spoke out of turn.
I should belt you for that. I would, if you were, as the workers say, green. Follow me. I'll show you your position. But no more warnings. You've met your quota already. Cross that line again and be punished.
Yes, Miss Elizabeth.
Mrs. O'Neill, in quick haste to tell Miss Scarrity here the basics of what she needs to do. You will be here until I require you to move. If I tell you to move, you will not question my actions, but will do as you're told. Mrs. O'Neill here received punishment for lateness 3 weeks ago now, but as you can see, she was lucky enough to remain in the cutting room. We'll cross that line again, Mrs. O'Neill, and you'll be sent downstairs to the dipping vats. Lunch is at your station. As you have nothing on your person to eat, you will work through. Closes at 8 p.m, unless I tell you otherwise.
Where's Alice?
Downstairs. Dipping. Don't worry about her for now. Look at what I'm doing. It's not too hard. You'll pick it up.
What's so bad about downstairs?
I'll tell you later. Best not to chat about it now, or we'll be in trouble. Look, you just line up the sticks with the metal rod and cut them. See? Easy. Then throw them in the bags for one of the boys to take to the box fillers. That's where Susan is, if you're interested. The boxing one we tried to us by the gates.
Oh yeah. I'm not sure how I feel about her. I mean, she's pretty and all that, but... Yeah, sorry, I'll be quiet.
And if you're hungry later, you can share some of me bread.
Thank you.
Hey, Jen. See that boy over there dragging that sack along? He's my lad. You met his pa yesterday, Harold.
With the leg?
Yeah, that's him.
Ow!
Oh, careful. Splitter, you'll get plenty of them.
The splinters were nothing compared to everything else that would happen in that factory. We would lose people daily from injury or jaw pain. The beginnings of a terrible disease known as fuzzy jaw. We worked 14-hour days and was paid next to nothing, but at least we had a place to work, I guess. I had no clue how much that factory had ruined my life and the people around me. Let's just say, I don't see any of these people anymore. They're all gone. Those matchstick girls.
Rope for you again, girls.
Nope, back to the beds.
4 penny?
4 penny.
It's how much a bed costs. Well, bed's a loose word. It's a wooden box on the floor. I'll give you a blanket, though. You don't get a service in some places. You really don't have a clue, girl, do you? Come on then, hand over the money or give them to someone else. Did either you read the police news today? It's a real goldie, that one is.
No, what's it got?
Lizards.
Lizards. As in, like at a zoo?
Oh, yeah.
Oi, mate, some of us want a bed.
All gone now, unless you fancy a sit-up or rope.
Can't keep everyone happy, Jim.
All my beds are filled, so I am. Look it. Look this. See?
Bloody hell, that's a big lizard.
See? Lizards.
That is not a lizard.
Yeah, see, look. Lizard found in the underground. Members of the digging party missing.
It's a penny dreadful. It's made for entertainment.
Oh, well, you're right, old laugh, ain't you?
Ignore her, Jim. You keeping it in your book?
Yeah, of course I am.
It's his hobby.
Hobby?
Something he does outside of work. He keeps anything weird or unexplained in the papers.
Oh, it's nice to read back on them. Springy Old Jack, Crocodiles in the River, Dr. Tubbs' Mahogany Men.
Oh, you look shattered, girl. Nice chatting, Jim, but Granny here needs her beauty sleep. Keep me updated on the lizard lady.
Will do, Alice. Sleep well. Right, what
I
can I
didn't
do?
know it then, but that badly drawn lizard was a Silurian, and that she'd been awakened by the underground expansion. Really and truly, that was the first time I saw Vastra. My Vastra.
Hello, I am Abi Louise and I play Jen Scarrity.
Hello, I'm Zach Rosenfeld and I play Jim and the Train Creep.
Hello, I am Chelsea Lee Lagan and I play Molly O'Neill.
Hello, my name is Joe Eddings and I play Alice Bennett.
So, at least we've done BV1 now.
Ooh, I know. So
Oh,
happy.
Lord. I came up with this idea purely from the tiniest little extract on TARDIS Wiki about Jenny Flint.
Oh, really?
Literally, it's such a literally, it's one line, and all it says is Jenny in her youth was a matchstick girl. That is it. That is all it says. And from that,
Just spiraled out of control.
Yeah.
I came up with Venus from one picture. That wasn't even.
This is the thing, isn't it? Like,
Best stories come out of throwaway lines.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. But how do you feel about, because this I wouldn't really count this as a Doctor Who thing because
Yeah.
it's more historical.
Yeah.
So how does it feel doing a historical rather than a Who?
Well,
Oh, well, it's different because like any of the audio works that I have done has been with like Overton Audios, and it's just Cravat Doctor and their companion and all that, and I was doing that for 4 years. And any other audio work that I was doing was mainly Doctor Who, so this is like a breath of fresh air. So it's so different, but I just love the whole thing. You're very talented, Abby, I must say.
Shush.
No, keep praising her.
No, please don't.
We are
I'm
not
British, I
worthy.
can handle it. Joe, your
Hello.
character, Alice.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we know where this character goes, and obviously we're not going to say. But I think she's worked in the match factory for a while. Let's just say. How do you feel about Alice and where we know she's going?
You kind of came out with it pretty quickly once you explained what the character was going to be about to me, and I got really excited for obvious reasons. Not only just to like be in like another audio with you guys and like meet like the members of the TT Whovians Productions company, and I'm excited about what you're doing with my character. Not because like that, but
This is the thing, isn't it? It's like, well, I'm going to ask you about your character, even though you know where the character's going, but we don't want to mention where the character's going.
No, yeah, there's like, I mean, like, I've already told you like several things that we cannot talk about like in my series, but
Yeah.
it like it's hard for me to like have interviews like this and not like spill the beans because I'm excited and because I do want to talk about the character and I do want I kind of want to not really brag but also yes. But
I will say this. I will say this. In this audio, Jenny does have the line, I mention all these girls because they're not here anymore.
Yes.
Is actually a line in it. So we know that by the time she ends up being in Paternoster, that the girls aren't around her anymore.
That's
You know?
sad.
It is sad.
Sad.
But this is another thing. Jenny in a Paternoster audio has had the line. Her mum comes and finds her, and she's like, "Why did you change your name to Scarrity from Scarrity?" And she's like, "Because I'm Flint. I'm hard as Flint. I had to be hard as Flint to get where I am." And just that one line, it's like she's got to be hard as Flint. And now, as a writer, I'm like, I'm going to torment Jenny.
Oh, I love it.
Hey, I break all of my characters.
I think, but this is the thing. This is like us saying about it being historical. Victorian England is not a pleasant place to be.
No, it is not.
Definitely
No,
not.
it is not.
me being a history major, like just can I just say this really quickly? Me being like a history major and kind of specializing in world history, it is incredibly accurate. When you see like, and I expect nothing less from you, Abby. But when you do see like these historical audios, there are several inaccuracies. Either in the language or just in how things were done because I know some of these like even TV shows they make it look like this like glamorous place and like this was a time to be born in and it really was kind of not.
Well, this is the thing. This spanned because originally this was a TikTok RP that I'd done just with myself, and the one that received the most likes and views was the one about the DOS house and sleeping on a rope. And the amount of people who don't actually know that was even a thing, so I knew straight away I had to put
Oh yeah,
that in there.
it's crazy. I think I was talking about the series to somebody. I can't remember who exactly it was. I was talking about how like Victorian London was like wild shite. I was just like, you had to like sleep on ropes, and they're like, what do you mean
Yeah, you did.
ropes? And I'm like, oh, so I just went on an entire spiel about it, and they're like, Chelsea, you're talking shite. And I'm like, no, I'm not, lads.
No, you're not. There's photographic evidence.
I had to Google it when I first read it.
This is the thing, like most of like it get in further on in the series when we're more involved in the match factory. Like I've got pictures of what the inside looks like, and I've made some pictures of wee Charlie in the factory floor, and yeah, I say there's pictures of people sleeping on ropes, and there's pictures of people sleeping in the poor penny coffins as well, which we mentioned at the end of the audio. with Jim.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And later on in the series, there's even more options for going to sleep when you don't have a house mentioned. But it just makes you appreciate what we've got now. You've got to think, these people, like, that's just horrible working conditions, isn't it?
Oh, aye.
It's set.
Absolutely,
this is
it's
the thing.
absolutely barbaric.
Well, this is the thing. It's set in Bow Quarter Match Factory, and I've just realised I keep saying and I need to stop. But it's set in Bow Quarter Match Factory, which is actually where the matchstick girl strike happened in 1880. So the fact that we are the point in history prior to everything kicking off, them being like, actually stop treating us like a pile of shit.
Yeah.
It kind of makes you like. There's a line with Miss Elizabeth with Molly. Molly's in that scene, and she's like, "Oh, will you take your dinner? You take your food at your station." So they don't have a canteen. They literally stand there, bearing in mind the white phosphorus doesn't agree with all of us girls. So basically, all the white phosphorus is landing on their bits of bread and stuff, and that's like it's just makes you wonder how many people survived the Victorian era.
It's just nasty, man.
It's a horrifying thought, and all that, and there's a lot of dramatic irony when you know what's coming for everyone. When you just, it's just really horrible.
But no, I like you said though, it is quite nice to be doing Who but not Who.
Yeah.
I will say this though, anybody who's waiting for monsters to appear, there won't be, because this is real life.
Yeah, it's very real. That's the difference. That's the difference in it.
History is the monster.
Right.
That is true. Very true there.
I'm excited.
I'm excited to see where it goes and where all the characters lead to. So I know because I've written it, but thank you for joining me. Then that was Chelsea, Zach, and Joe, and myself, obviously. Hello. So yeah, thank you for that. Was Behind the Duvet for Before Vastra. Fun. Thank you.
Pleasure.
Bye.
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 Coming soon from TT Productions, Doctor Who, The Eighth Doctor Adventures, Werewolves of Liverpool.
It has been reported that it is the third night in a row we have had a full moon. Scientists are calling it a freak of nature. We are asking for your full moon stories. Next up on Radio Liverpool, we have the smash hit chart.
And that's enough of that. Once this kid comes, I need to get a car. I swear work gets further away from home every day. I wonder if Sarah's still up. Midnight. Nah, no way. No signal either. Oh, for God's sake, again? What is up with these teens? Should have listened to the missus and gotten a cab. What the?
Why are they chasing us?
I don't know, Charlie. I never got a chance to ask. Hello. You may want to run.
Run with you? What did you do?
Just shut up and run!
I'm the doctor. This is Charlie.
Craig, this way, quick.
What's up with them?
Teenagers not happy?
No, I haven't been for a couple of nights.
Why are they chasing us? Look, they're completely ignoring that couple. Doctor.
Charlie, what are you doing?
I feel like somebody's walked over my grave.
Walked over your grave?
You alright?
I'll be okay.
You look a little zoned out.
Here come the teens again. Move, quickly.
They always cause trouble, but I've never been chased before.
We seem to find ourselves in this situation a lot.
Craig, where's best to go? Like Charlie said, we do run a lot, but we can't run forever.
Swell in the joints, old man.
Old man, I am the young, youthful age of around 900. I have lost count at this stage.
900? What? Ah!
Another running things
We don't have anywhere to go, so your house would be a brilliant idea. Ouch!
I'll take you back to mine, if you have nowhere to go. Ah!
How do you always manage to worm your way in, Doctor?
I just have one of those faces, Joe. I don't remember any rioting in Liverpool in 2002, though.
Do you think you might be able to help somehow?
Maybe. Well, that's our dinner date ruined.
And did you expect anything less?